Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Tuesday to you. Market did a big flip today. We're gonna look at that. Gamestop, just tracking it. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We're gonna look at some options. I trimmed quite a bit of longs for this week, but I still have exposure. Here's our Twitter at Happy Money YT. You can follow us on there. And our Discord server link for that is in the description. Welcome to join on there. SPY today kind of did a flip flop. Gapped up and then kind of set up this RSI divergence here on the hourly. And I actually didn't even notice yesterday because it was to the last hour, but we had confirmation of a downward move actually even yesterday with that red candle here under the 9 moving average. That orange line's the 9 moving average. Here's our red candle along with the bearish MACD. Thankfully though, I did close out of my bullish SPY plays this morning. Not early enough though. Up here, let's see, about here. Or no, actually once we filled that gap, I closed them here. Because just looking back, I was like, man, we've already crossed bearish. Just because I don't have enough time. I mean, the one expired today and it was way up here, 390 something. And then the other one expires in 2 days. But it had like a 383, which we're now in the money, so I would have lost that one also. So closed them both there. Glad I did. Took big gains on it, like 80% on the one, and then the other one was just like a little bit. This morning though, they were both up 70-80%. On those short-term dated ones, you got to just take profits when you can, because this morning, the one that expired today, literally up here, it was 70% up, and I just held. So held too long. But who knew? Who knew this was gonna happen? I guess. And like I said in yesterday's video, SPY looks like it's in a bear market rally, but it could be in one of these phases where we've already had our rally and now it's just going to consolidate before it makes another leg down. Today would to me would indicate more that we are in this kind of consolidation before a move. So don't know which way it's going to go yet. It is still bullish on the daily and on momentum as it was here this whole time. This could be front running for the GDP numbers that are coming out tomorrow morning at 8. I didn't realize they were coming out so soon. Last GDP numbers came out May 26th, which were negative, and that was the first time, I don't know, many years. And if you have a recession technically is 2 negative GDP numbers, 2 quarters back to back. GDP stands for gross domestic product, as you saw there. When this came out before though, that was this day. So market rallied, even though that was worst GDP numbers we've had in, I don't know, a long time. And so market might not react too much on it. Market could also be kind of front running it. People knowing the data that's coming out and selling off. So that's where it's kind of getting priced in. So just like it rallied last time it released on May 26th, just like it rallied there on awful news, potentially it could rally again on awful news. So still I guess we're just waiting to see on that. That happens at 8:30 tomorrow morning. This gap could still be filled, but if we break this support, which we actually did today, but it's a weak break, this line's of support right here, kind of grinding right around it. So not a full-on flush through it, but today was a pretty big day. We'll see at 8:30 tomorrow, see if it rallies back up and if we break the high or if we're going to just trade in this range for a bit. GME today flipped. It did flip. It's 3:15. There's still time, I guess. There's 45 minutes, but we've got the bearish MACD on the daily now. Got the red under the 9 moving average. Price action, we're still kind of holding up higher lows from here. Kind of in a wedge here of sorts. However, yeah, the momentum looks to me like it's probably coming down. Could be a false breakout to the downside. Yet to be seen. This little pump here is nice to see though. So we had this yesterday. I closed a lot of my weekly exposure on GME that was long. Could have waited a little bit longer, I guess. But we had this yesterday. It was a big move. Should have closed it there. I was still hopeful for a rip today, actually, being a Tuesday and end of the month coming up. I'm just seeing that that's probably less likely. could still happen, I suppose, but just based on that TA, now this head and shoulders is playing a heavier role. Now that we have the indicators, it's going to come down from here. SPY, that's the thing with GDP tomorrow. Maybe the SPY will react positively and maybe GameStop will rally with it. Not so certain though. So opening up some bearish plays on it, but still have kind of, I guess, positions both ways. Yeah. Weekly chart still looks very nice though. We still have a nice bull flag here. Bullish on the MACD. If you look at just these two, just this whole section with the bullish MACD, this looks pretty bullish to me. So it's a longer term time frame since these are weekly candles. So I'm not sure if we're going to repeat this again. I don't feel like we will, but yeah, just the fact that have kind of this upward momentum on the MACD where it hit two bottoms and just has continued to rally up is good to me. That looks like strength, and we are over the 9 moving average, of course, there too. Last time we had this kind of weekly bullish MACD was back here, but this was not setting up a bull flag or anything. This was just kind of volatility spike. This looks much more stable and sustained. So I see a move up. The next move up, I think, could be huge. I'm not sure when it'll come yet. For the meantime, looks like it's down. But if you look back here, I mean, on the weekly, before January 2021, you know, we were bullish on the MACD on the weekly for a while, and then ever since we've got up into this range in the hundreds, it's basically been bearish on that longer term because GME's mostly traded down. Most days is trading down. It just has a few days or 1 week where it rips up, and so you're seeing the momentum from all of that down in the MACD here until here, which is very interesting. And if you look, I mean, I actually compared it with SPY on that time, but look on SPY, that's kind of where it flips. So GME's held up pretty well during this market downturn we've had so far. If you look at the SPY, basically the market on the weekly, it's had this downtrend. GME has done well. It's stepped up. He's making higher lows, and looks like it's consolidating before another rip. But this is all just hype, longer term stuff. Shorter term, it does look like we're going to come down. Not sure where. Just have to see if we hold supports. 118, I would say, is kind of a pretty big support. I mean, this 127 is kind of even a support. It's 125. That's where we're at right now. So maybe we kind of just trade in this range for a bit. But my indicators are telling me at this point we're probably going to be melting down. So, yep, that's my sad GME news. Here are the trades I made today on the options. So here's the SPX plays I closed, which was nice. Got back like $3 grand in buying power. Did some calls on DGLY. This is the body cam stock that's ripped during volatility of riots and that sort of thing. Shout out to whoever called that out in Discord. Yeah, it's really cheap right now, honestly, so it's pretty safe little gamble. It ripped this other day. I think this was maybe Roe v. Wade turning around, so that was that. But I basically picked the cheapest I could as far out as I could. So when you're looking at options chain, it's important to look at multiple time frames just in case market makers trying to get you. So if you look here, this is 17 days, 52 days, 143 days, 206 days. So typically with more time, you're going to pay more money, right? But since these options are all so cheap, this stock is so cheap, it's a penny stock, the cheapest strike is $2.50. So if you look on the ask, which you should get filled at easily, instantly, it's all 5 cents all the way up. So you don't want to pick one for out of the money, right? Pick the closest to the money. And why pick one in 17 days when you can pick one in 52 days for the same price? And why pick one in 52 days? You can pick one in 143 days with the same price. So basically you're just getting more time for free. So I picked these ones up. I got filled at actually 4 cents That's what it's filling me at. So that's kind of the little thing I do on options, especially these cheap penny stock options. So I got some of those. It's cheap. I've got a good amount of time in case there's volatility. AGRX is a speculative play. We'll see. Is it holding up? This is a Roe v. Wade play. This is women's healthcare contraceptive patch. So I don't know why it was rallying today. I think they maybe got approved for something rather, but it's up. It was up 100% today. Just looking at the chart, I mean, tons of volume today, 243 million, and just looking at it historically, it's at a great price. So I picked up shares. There's no options on it. This is speculative. I might be holding this for a long time, or I might just be holding it for another day because this thing could rip. Tons of volume today. We got green over the 9. Yeah, bullish MACD, and we've got open skies till, I'd say, that $4 gap fill. So it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next week, but it is looking good coming into close, even setting up this bull flag. You can see on the hourly, a bit overbought, so might pull back, but it might go another 100% after hours. I'm gonna start doing maybe some YouTube shorts, and I'll probably just pick some stocks. This one I'd probably pick AGRX, even though it's super risky and speculative for today, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up to that. SPY kind of coming off this support here, so it doesn't really fully break down below that, which is good. What else did we do? Yeah, so then I closed out of some of the weekly stuff on GME, some of the long stuff, basically worthless. I oftentimes will just let those go to 0, but I just grabbed a little bit back. If we do still rip, say 150, 160, 200, I still have a lot of exposure. I'll be bummed I closed all that, but it's okay. So tomorrow's Wednesday. Sometimes Wednesday's the big day on GME. If this candle flips, well, today for this candle to flip and stay bullish would take probably new highs on the day, which is possible, but I'm not expecting that at this point, even though this is a nice little move off the bottom. I am trying to open up a call credit spread on GameStop. What is it? 123, 124, expiring on Friday. Birds today had a move. So Birds is kind of a move similar to that DGLY as far as the options, because it's basically the cheapest it can be. It's not really ever going to get cheaper than 5 cents. Birds was up 50% pre-market. So I don't know what happened. There's no news on it. Yeah. I don't know what, I mean, maybe news is still going to come out. Stock rallies 18% after New York stock delisting warning. Yeah, I mean, that is true. They did just get a delisting warning, and it did just, no, it rallied 50%. But why? I don't know. I'll read through that. It gave back all of its gains. It's now negative 0.63%. So Donroe pointed out massive short positions have been open and closed on this thing over and over and over repeatedly this whole way down. So somehow I picked another short squeeze candidate potentially. Yeah, this is crazy. Maybe this thing will rip, but options on that also are nice and cheap, of course. These 2.5 calls for January 23 are at the minimum. You get them for 5 cents. Maybe not today, but yesterday you could. 8 cents I paid for them. So yeah, we'll see. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.